It is national. It is national. And moms and daughters and sons, each month we have an activity, and each month we have a theme. We also have a science theme. So when
Why don't you just
The other thing is there's something to it.
Joy, thanks for doing it.
Caroline. Thank you all very much for coming tonight. We're very excited about tonight because there are a lot of special people in this room. People who give of themselves when they're not getting any financial reward, but they're probably getting something much more than that. And we want to say to them that we appreciate what you do. This event is something that we have put a lot of work into because we think that it's important to honor volunteers. And in every way, someone is volunteering. But I think the people we honor tonight have gone above and beyond to volunteer because they're giving a gift that is something that all of us in our own lives, I think I wish I could give that gift to teach someone to read, especially an adult. And that's very important. This country needs more of the kind of people we have in this room tonight. I know everybody's very busy and we have a lot of things on our schedules, and we don't want to keep you here beyond 9 o'clock because there's a big debate going on. So we want you to enjoy the evening, have a very nice dinner, and we'll have some people come up and say some nice things about people in this room. And I'm going to turn it over to Ron because I always try to keep him on that time schedule where he doesn't talk a lot. But he can't control himself, so you'll have to forgive him if he goes a little bit over when the bell rings and keeps talking. But again, I want to thank all of you for coming, and please enjoy your evening. And I think we'll all have a very nice time tonight.
Thank you all for coming, and have a safe drive home this evening. Is that fast enough? Thank you very much for being here. We really are thrilled to have you here. This is one of our big events each year, and those of you that started with us in 2001 have seen this room get larger and larger every year. As Lula said, our mission really is to pay honor to people that are incredibly selfless, people that think of others, people that create comfort for their learners, people that give the gift of literacy. I don't think there is anything more precious than giving another person the gift of literacy. And you're going to hear their stories this evening. 40 million people worldwide struggle with literacy. They cannot read to their children. They cannot help their children do homework. 70% of the prisoners in the prisons in the United States can't read or write, can't fill out a job application, can't read a bus schedule if they get released. Nearly 2/3 of the world's illiterate are women. Pretty shocking statistic. Pretty overwhelming numbers, frustrating numbers. But the interesting thing is there are actually people doing something about these numbers. Those people are in the room this evening, and that's what tonight's about. I was flipping through the channels a week or so ago, and there's a commercial, and it's about nurses. I don't know if you've seen it. I can't remember who. Johnson & Johnson, I think, is the sponsor, and they're trying to recruit nurses to step forward. And one of the nurses in the commercial says, "I have seen kindness heal." I was reading through the nominating forms of our winners in preparing some remarks for tonight. And every other sentence, the word kind or kindness kept appearing in the nominating papers. I'm on a plane yesterday. I land in Chicago, and you know the speech at the end of the landing. We know you have a choice in airlines. Thank you for choosing us. Buckle up, go out, have a safe day. But yesterday morning, I was half asleep. The plane lands, and at the end of that speech, the flight attendant says, "Be kind to one another." And I immediately woke up because the reference to kindness the last couple of weeks and then reading it in the nominating papers, we have to add that. As you know, each year we try to add a word that describes literacy tutors, literacy volunteers. Comfort, positive, build confidence, perseverant. The new one tonight is going to be kindness, and you will meet our kind winners a little bit later on. There are a lot of people that I have to thank for tonight's event. Steve Johnson is our dinner chairman. Steve is stuck right now, and I think Lula's on her way back to the U.S. Senate. They're still in session. There are votes this evening. Steve Johnson is the manager of the Senate restaurant, and he's the one who worked with the wonderful people here at the Capitol Hilton arranging tonight's dinner. So hopefully if Steve shows up a little bit later, we can recognize him for all his good work. A couple of other people to recognize. Lula. Lula's the lady that raises the money. Oh, wait a minute, you're not supposed to be at the door there. You were supposed to go back to work. Lula's the one that goes out and raises money at our golf tournament. She's the one that has a passion for working with young people. She's just a tremendous person with a lot of focus on this event and making it happen. She's the one who gets things done. We have a couple of board members here this evening. Is Roz O'Brien, is she in the room? Roz O'Brien. How about John Courtney? How about Jane Oates? Where are our board members? There, I don't know where they are. Anyway, a couple of other people that I'd like to thank. The young people that you see here this evening are part of the Mentor Cares program from Northwestern High School in Prince George's County. They've given up their Friday night to be here to help escort the winners, to interview some of the past winners and the literacy directors. They helped us set up the room. My personal thanks to see them tonight. Our honorary MC that's going to help out with the awards later on is a young man by the name of Antonio Washington. Antonio, could you stand up for a moment so we can recognize you? We have several adult coaches that are here this evening in our Mentor Cares program. Could our adult coaches stand up? Anu, Caroline, could you just stand up for just one moment so we can recognize you? Joe Talk about passionate adults for what they're doing with the young people. We're lucky to have people like that around us. One other person that I'd like to recognize very quickly is Miss Patricia Moscoso. Patricia is from Richard Montgomery High School in Montgomery County. She was at the first literacy event, I think working the registration table. And she is donating her services tonight. I forgot I'm not going to pay you for tonight, Patricia. Patricia is going to produce for us a CD of tonight's event with some interviews of some of the winners and interviews of the literacy directors. And what we're going to do with that, and she is incredible, I've seen her work in the past, it's just going to knock you out. We are going to make sure that each one of the literacy councils gets a copy of this CD to use when they are recruiting new tutors. I think when some of the people see the comments of the tutors with what Patricia's going to put together, hopefully that will enhance our drawing new tutors to us, so we're going to send that out to you. So Patricia, thank you very much for your efforts tonight. One other person that I want to take a special moment is Miss Tracy Walls. Tracy Walls is the Director of Public Service at Northwestern High School. Besides being a mentor, she is going to be the Mentor Cares Coordinator this year working out of Northwestern. So Tracy, could you stand up, please? Tracy gets more things done in one day than I do in an entire month, so she is a phenomenal addition to the team. We're honored to have you. Tonight is about celebrating and recognizing the extraordinary contributions and the heart and soul of the literacy movement, the volunteer tutor. But before we get to the volunteer tutors, there are others that do this work day in and day out. And to me, they're the unsung heroes of the literacy movement. And they are the directors of the literacy councils. And here they are, many of them here tonight on a busy Friday night to enjoy this event. Patty Donnelly from the Literacy Council of Northern Virginia. Pam Saucy from the Literacy Council of Montgomery County. Janet Luss could not be here this evening, but Andriana Stewart is representing her from the Literacy Council of Prince George's County. And Judy Wilhelm, President of the Board of the Washington Literacy Council, is here. Could you stand up? Where is Ms. Wilhelm? Thank you, Ms. Wilhelm. One other person that I'd like to mention this evening is a woman that is no longer with us. She was one of the original group of winners. She had given 40 years of her life to the literacy movement in Prince George's County. She's our original 2001 winner. Her name is Joan Bassett. Joan passed away a couple of years ago, and we were honored to have her family come even last year to this event. So I just wanted to remind people of some of the legacy of some of the people that have given many, many years of service. So I know she is well loved and respected and still talked about, and we want to continue talking about Joan Bassett of the Literacy Council of Prince George's County. We'd like everyone to have a great time tonight. There is a couple of little things that we're doing different. On your table, there is what I think it's called a table exercise. I hope the candles don't catch it on fire. There is a little bit of an exercise that we'd like you to do during dinner. What we'd like you to do is talk through the exercise during dinner. It's like one question about literacy tutors and about the people, the adult learner. So if you do that exercise during dinner, I think we're going to call maybe one rep per table up to sort of read the results of your work. If you don't have one, I'll make sure that you get one over to the table, but there should be one on each table. So I will get off the stage and make Lula happy. Enjoy your dinner, and we'll come back, and we've got some speakers lined up and some award presentations. Enjoy. Thanks so much.
Good evening. I am deeply honored to have this occasion to sit in the room with so many people of great status. When Lula asked me if I would have a few words to say, I said, well, you know, I'm not shy of the mic at all because I'm a minister, and I enjoy encouraging people, and I think that what we have here is the great beginning of something awesome. Leadership Harris has done so much to encourage, even in the literacy area. I was sharing with Lula when I was coming up in school, I had this English teacher that played a major role in my life because I was slightly dyslexia. And it wasn't detected back in those days, but she recognized that I had potential, and she edged me on to go farther in life. She would buy me books of poetry, and I always loved to read, and I still love to read, but she was such an inspiration to me, and I'm so excited about what is taking place here. And Lula asked me if I would just encourage everyone tonight, and that's what I'd like to do, from the perspective of the things that I have been through in life and what it means to have someone, a leader, a mentor, or a mentess in your life, It means a great deal to so many young people. We have leaders in this room tonight, and Kareem and Saran. I was listening to them speak tonight, and they're well versed in many things and many areas of life, and that's great. I was always told that a leader touches the heart before they can ask for a hand. So that's what we do first. We reach the heart. I was taught to talk your way into the hearts of young people, get them to accept you, then you can get them to accept the other things that you have to offer them. We as leaders and mentors and mentees, we produce leaders in a lifetime, but that takes time. It's like a slow cooking crock pot. It doesn't happen overnight, but with time, if we persist and be consistent, we can have great leaders as we had before. America is full with great leaders. There are some that have not been recognized as of yet, but shall be, with leadership cares that will come into fruition. A leader gives encouragement and affirmation to the mentor or the protege. A leader is always there to hear, to direct, and to instruct as well as guide. The young people that we have in leadership cares, we know that they're going to be outstanding someday. We will continue to encourage them. We will continue to be there for them in every way, when they're down, when they're up. It's all about being there, being available to help one another. And then the literacy program. The literacy program, I think, is outstanding because my grandmother was a woman that could not read. But before she left the face of this earth, she had the ability to be able to write her name and to read her name. So I take great honor in assisting and helping out in this endeavor because I know that it will not go, This is so important. It is so important that we continue to duplicate the people that we have in this room because it does not stop here. It goes beyond this room. It goes way out and it reaches. Reading is the greatest thing that anyone can do, any gift that anyone can have. So I thank you for what you do and what all you shall do. We appreciate you. We ask that you continue to encourage one another. At that point, I don't have any more to say. I thank you for listening.
If you ever need some wisdom, call Terry up. Wonderful words of wisdom. Thank you, Terry. Our first winner this evening of the Literacy Cares Award of Excellence is from Prince George's County. Miss Marie Bolt is a retired music and elementary education teacher from Prince George's County, has given much of her free time to the Literacy Council since becoming a volunteer in March of 1995. After enrolling and taking the Wilson Learning System training, she was recognized as the top teacher by the Wilson trainer. Over the past 9 years, she has dedicated herself to working steadily with several literacy students. She has been described as patient, good-humored, and possessing an intuitive sense of the needs of her students. She has served on the board of directors since July of 2001. She chairs the Education, Nominating, and Bylaws Committee. She works tirelessly with a group called Learning Never Ends. It's a monthly student support group. She's done this since September of 2002. It amazes me what people do after they retire. Ms. Bolt's husband, Doug, also serves the council in a variety of capacities. He helps take photos, post things on the website, and he also helps out with various fundraising activities. So we want to recognize him also this evening. Ms. Bolt is a wise, committed, and our key word tonight, kind literacy hero. Ladies and gentlemen, from the Literacy Council of Prince George's County, Miss Marie Bolt. Marie, you can come up. Did Antonio do a great job or what? I'd like to bring up to make the presentation, just so I don't get in the picture all the time, right, Saran? Saran Trejo from the Mentor Cares program. Come on up, Saran, and make the presentation.
LCF Award of Excellence presented to Mary Gold for selfless perseverance and extraordinary contributions as a literacy volunteer, October 8, 2004.
I'd like to thank the Literacy Council of Prince George's County for this nomination. And it really seems very strange to get an award for something that you enjoy doing this much. Those of you who are already tutors know this. That helping somebody learn to read or read better is one of the best things you can do. It makes you feel good and it's a lot of fun. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Marie. Our second winner is Mr. Scott Sleek from the Washington Literacy Council. Scott joined the Washington Literacy Council as a volunteer in 2000. Mr. Sleek wears many hats. He's a tutor, tutor trainer, mentor to other tutors. I think that's interesting, again, the melding between tutor and mentor. And he's also a member of their board. He conducts student testing and has also revamped their website to make it more user-friendly for both tutors and students. Liz Liptak, the director of the Washington Literacy Council, says this of Scott. He possesses a wonderful style in working with a variety of people, whether students, tutors, or board members. He is patient, thoughtful, and respectful of others. He is extremely generous with his time. Most students get nervous during the testing process, and he is always there and manages to put them at ease. He has mentored countless new tutors, helping them to become even more effective at teaching and helping their students. Because of Scott and his hard work in a variety of areas, the Literacy Council has a more sophisticated presence in the local community. Ladies and gentlemen, the kind and caring Mr. Scott Sleek.
Mr. Scott Sleek presents you this award of excellence for your selfless perseverance and extraordinary contribution as a literacy volunteer.
Thank you. This is quite an honor. I really want to express my appreciation to the Washington Literacy Council for the nomination. And I also want to recognize my student, Carol Parker. We've been working together for 4 years, and Carol is faithfully there every Thursday night at the Martin Luther King Library, and we have a great time. We've accomplished a lot, and I don't have to tell all of you who are tutors that it is one of the most gratifying things that you can do. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Scott. Our third winner is from the Literacy Council of Northern Virginia, Mr. Roger Endert. Mr. Endert has volunteered as a tutor since 1989 for 15 years of service. His students are devoted to him. He is a volunteer computer lab aide and works with a parent liaison to teach computer classes. He substitute teaches in a variety of capacities and is always there to fill in when called upon. Roger uses his various skills to help change the lives of his students. Patty Donnelly, the director of the Literacy Council of Northern Virginia, says this about Roger. He brings real-world situations into his classroom, so the material he teaches is very relevant to his students' outside lives. He takes on each student as a personal project, caring deeply about every aspect of their lives beyond their desire to speak, read, write, and understand English. He does also a lot of other things. Roger helps the students fill out paperwork, citizenship papers, applications for buying a home, and helps them work on promotions on their job. I could also mention that he has volunteered over 1,600 hours. He teaches 2 to 4 sessions a week, but I don't need to go into those things. His dedication to his students inside and outside the classroom is inspiring and is a model for others to emulate. Roger is also the recipient of the Virginia Literacy Foundation Award of Excellence in 2000. Of course, now he can add the Literacy Cares Award of Excellence in 2004. Ladies and gentlemen, the very kind gentleman from the Literacy Council of Northern Virginia, Mr. Roger Endert.
It's great to see all hands dedicated to literacy and mentoring. I've been sitting at a table with two mentors, at least 2 mentors. One is from the Northwestern High Mentoring Program. I just met Bill Gunu, is that right, Bill? From he's from Cameroon, and I want to stress the importance of immigrants in this country, Bill. They've made it a stronger country and helped the populations here grow. So you've got a long ways ahead of you. I can see the end. But the dentist is even putting long teeth in my denture. So, but literacy and the Literacy Council of Northern Virginia, Gloriowski's there. I'll tell you, the whole thing is when the dots connect. That's where the reward is for me, anyhow. When you see, this is preaching to the choir. When you see the dots connect, and when you see the light go on in the eyes, and you know that we had that vocabulary 3 weeks ago, and when you're comparing the journal entries today against the first writing attempts, when folks from the Middle East are getting the G down on the line, so that just the egg part of it is above and the tail is underneath in the written line, and when the periods are brought over closer to the end of the sentence, all of those moments, the apostrophe goes into a possessive. I mean, that's it for me, and I'm this whole 15-year tour has been selfishness, just pure selfishness, because there's such joy in that, glory. But I'm sitting with a table of mentors and the people who stand behind us. It takes, used to say in the Marine Corps, it took 10 Marines behind the front to keep one Marine going at the front. And that's about a description of our Literacy Council staff. We're blessed with excellence and have been. And we've had coordination over the years. I've personally been involved a few years back, maybe a little more than a few years back, with the Washington Literacy Council and with Montgomery Literacy Council. I think it's terrific that Prince George's is in the mix. That's great. Mentors, my first mentor at the Literacy Council in Northern Virginia is a very giving person, selfless in terms of the time and work she has put in with all of us. And that's my tutor trainer, Rena Baker. Stand up. There is kindness. She was very kind to me as she tried to train me to be, not only work Frank Laubach's training program, but to be a tutor trainer. She was very patient. I'm an industrial trainer after 20 years in the Marine Corps, and an industrial trainer starts with, well, how does it go? I've almost forgotten it. Analyze, analyze, design, develop, and assessment. I've almost forgotten it. I've been out of that game for since '94, I guess. Anyhow, I can take your job description and tease out every job task, and I can split those job tasks, generally speaking, and I've done this with OPM and with other organizations. I can tease those out to where the beginning is way over here. And Rena's constant admonition to me was, Roger, just start it. Just start it right there. Just start it there. And I, okay, well, I said a few minutes. I want to let you know that Sue Thaler, our president. Sue, would you stand a minute, please? Sue has given us organization in that council. We've gone through a lot of changes. She brought fundraising to a high pitch in the Literacy Council. So there's nobody out there putting $5 or 5 cents for the yard sale style fundraisers we used to have. We have a whopper of a book sale, but she really got things upgraded for us. And Patty has brought even more organizations, so that we really are blessed in the several different elements of the council. I want to thank and congratulate two very important people, and that's Mike Thaler and my wife Sharon. Stand up, please. Sharon operates one terrific crock pot, and she keeps me going. She gets me out the door on time, and with the drinks and the coffee and my wheelie of books and stuff. And I know Mike has spent a lot of evenings reading quietly or working on his rocket projects while Sue's out there raising funds. But Mike's been with there a lot on those fundraisers too. So we don't forget the people who are helping us get there. And Aaron, you've got your job cut out for you. This lady is an AmeriCorps volunteer, and we're blessed with AmeriCorps volunteers. And no, you're the Vista. You're the AmeriCorps. Okay, AmeriCorps and Vistas. have done just a terrific job with our Literacy Council. I hope your councils are enriched with their energies as well. And I thank you very much for this award. I've always said I'm flying with eagles, but I'm strap hanging. I'm strap hanging because those are the eagles. Thank you.
Roger, thank you. Our fourth winner this evening is Marilyn Gaunt from the Literacy Council of Montgomery County. Ms. Gaunt is currently a volunteer tutor and tutor trainer for the Literacy Council of Montgomery County and has been with the LCMC since 1977. She has served in many volunteer positions: volunteer coordinator, student interviewer, president of the board, tutor contact, and a contributing member to the writers group. She has been a tutor trainer since 1984, helping to certify hundreds of volunteer tutors. She has been a key figure in helping the Literacy Council merge the English as a Second Language program and the Basic Literacy Workshop into a single all-purpose trainers workshop. Marilyn is a skilled mentor to other trainers, functioning as the guru who can handle any question with a combination of experience and common sense. She also volunteers countless hours as a literacy tutor for adult prisoners at the Montgomery County Jail. She has contributed over 5,000 hours so far. Here's what Pam Saucy, the director of LCMC, says about Marilyn. Her style is warm and positive, always spotting the best in people and helping them bring it out in their work. Her blend of experience, optimism, and leadership has contributed enormously to the long-term strength of the Literacy Council of Montgomery County's training staff. She has helped establish a genuine culture of professionalism. I sat in this young woman's workshop, I don't want to tell you how many years ago. She knew I was going to do this. But I think part of the reason that this dinner is going on tonight is the influence that she had on me as I sat in her classroom and learned how to teach another to read and write. From the Literacy Council of Montgomery County, one of my mentors, Miss Marilyn Gaunt.
I love doing this work, and it really helps when you have a passion for something that you're going to spend many years doing. I have had wonderful students. That's not to say there haven't been some challenges, but I like challenges too. And I've worked with a wonderful group of people at the Literacy Council of Montgomery County. So who can ask for more? But I like the award too.
Thank you, Marilyn. Did Antonio Washington do an incredible job as the MC this evening? A couple of special guests that have come this evening with congratulatory remarks. from the Senate. First, we have Kate Trumbull, who is the Senate counsel for Senator Sarbanes. She's going to come up and make a couple of brief remarks. Kate?
First, some regrets, as you've probably heard a couple times this evening, the Senate is still in, so Senator Sarbanes couldn't be here himself. But he asked me, and Lula, that seems to have roped all of us in, to come on his behalf as well. What she didn't know is I come from a family of English teachers, so this is my mother, my father, my brother, so this was an easy event for me to be talked into doing. If I hate to do this, but if I could have Marilyn and Bree come back up for just a second, I'd really appreciate it. The Senator didn't want to. The Senator didn't want to just send and congratulate you verbally. He asked me to come bring you a couple letters. Congratulations. So I won't read them. I'll let you read them when you're home. But in general, this award obviously is richly deserved, and you've spent many years of your life dedicated to helping people overcome illiteracy, and that is, as we've heard a number of times, just an incredible treasure, and keep the rest of us. So the Senator says thank you and congratulations.
Kate, thank you very much for coming out tonight and representing the Senator. Anissa Dean is here this evening. She is a special assistant to Senator Mikulski. Anissa, would you like to come up?
Good evening. As Kate already said, the Senate is still in session, so the Senator regrets not being here, but she sent me on her behalf, and now I know why. 3 weeks ago, I recently just started a mentoring tutoring program myself for someone in the Arlington School District, and I think she sent me here so that I could be inspired by everyone, and she definitely sends her congratulations and her thank you to everyone who's won awards tonight and everyone who's doing anything as far as mentoring and tutoring goes. She's very big on building communities and education, and what you guys do definitely supports that, so thank you.
Thank you, Anissa, very much. At this point in the program, just a couple of quick remarks. I wanted everyone to be aware of or reminded of a tradition that we started in 2001, and many of you were in the room that evening. I think we were at this hotel, we were in another dining area, but we started a tradition here of signing a student quote poster. And at the end of the evening, we asked all of you to come up, and I've got magic markers and pens and stuff all over the place up front here for you to sign the 2004 student quote poster. And the dream, for those of you who were there that evening in 2001, I said that the dream was that eventually we would line the room with these student quote posters. We bring one new one each and every year. And I know that the time of the dinner goes very, very quick, and some of the remarks that people make, it goes very quick, and all of a sudden it's time to leave. But I really encourage everyone to spend a couple of moments taking a look, not at only who has signed these posters, but some of these actual quotes. This is not made up stuff. These are actual quotes of what students have said about the influence their tutor has had on them. So I encourage you, before you do leave this evening, to please come and check that out. Antonio, could you do me a favor? I think I saw Lula sneak in from outside there. Would you go out there and find her and bring her in here, please? Thank you, Antonio. The reason I think I saw Lula, and I hope she comes in here, is I'm going to ask the directors of the literacy councils to come up here. Patty Donnelly, Pam Saucy, Judy Wilhelm, if you wouldn't mind coming up for a moment, and Adrienne from Prince George's. Could you come up here to the stage? We have our little gift that I think is most appropriate. The lady that raises the money for these things make this presentation. So, does she look mad at me at all? Or?
As I'm sure Ron has said over and over again, we have one fundraiser and it's a golf tournament. And that's where we get all of our money from. And we want to share what we get with the people who really are making a difference. So we want to present a little token to the literacy councils for them to use for resources to buy different things for their students and their tutors. So enjoy.
It's always a special time during these types of events where we actually have the privilege of having a student that's in attendance tonight. And those of you that have been here in the past, it's been an inspiring moment to hear their story. And one such student has been kind enough, oh, there's that word kindness again, has been kind enough to come up and share a few words about his relationship and his experience with his tutor. From the Washington Literacy Council, Mr. Carol Parker. Carol, come on up.
I'm a little bit nervous. I'm here to let y'all know that my experience with not knowing how to read and stuff. Some people suggested to me to go to Washington City Council to learn how to read because I want to get my GED. And by me going there, I had a tutor. So they signed me a tutor. And I met with them for about 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks, and then all of a sudden he disappeared, and I was about to give up. So about 3 weeks later, someone told me to call Washington City Council, explain to them what happened, and explain to them what happened and everything. And they said, Mr. Scott, I've been in the field for almost 3 years now, and by being with him, listen, taking suggestions and stuff, part of me has been filled, and I'm kind of glad that he came along. And what I mean by being filled, that my reading got better, my positive thinking got a lot better, low self-esteem almost disappeared. I'm still kind of hanging on to it a little bit, but it's all right though. And so far, my career have succeeded, you know, because I wanted to be a cook. And so I started back cooking at the same time as a dishwasher too, and a prep cook. And then I wound up being a chef. I listened to him and stayed in contact with him and kind of bonded, really more of a friend than a tutor. You know, today my life is a lot better, I got a lot of peace. And also I want to say, well, everybody here is a part of Washington City Council. Thank y'all very much. And my tutor, I want to thank you very much because you helped me to see some places I never thought I'd be. And it's like now I'm not cooking anymore, but anyway, I decided to get out there for a little while because it's been kind of stressful. I'm working 14, 15 hours a day. And I decided to take another job, and I wasn't sure it was going to work out all right. But I listened to my tutor and I take some suggestions from other people. And started this job. I've been there for 4.5 months. I started as a maintenance worker, and I just got promotion for a warehouse technician. And I can't have no more than that. So Scott, I want to thank you.
Thank you, Carol, very much. If we could bottle some of the things that have been said tonight, if we can capture them, whether it's through Patricia's video work or Brian and his photos and press releases, and if we could just capture what happens to the student, but also what happens to the tutor. When Roger earlier mentioned about watching the light bulb go off in the mind of his student, there's nothing like that in the world, in the area of satisfaction. If we can bottle some of the remarks from tonight, some of the gratitude, some of the emotion from tonight, I think we never have a problem attracting literacy volunteers. So part of tonight's mission is, whether you're a mentor, whether you're in literacy or not in literacy, is to go out and share some of these stories, to bring others to this table. Each one, teach one. Just think of each person dedicated some time to teaching another how to read and write. Some of those prison stats and some of those 4th grade reading levels, and the inability to help their children do homework, read a bus schedule, understand a prescription, and the list goes on and on. These people tonight are making that happen. Thank you. Now, everybody thought that I forgot that it was it's homework time. So, I'm looking for the first volunteer. We have 3, 6, 8 tables here this evening. And Deb Pomerantz has nicely volunteered. I'll pay you the $5 later, Deb. Come on and read there. Come on, Deb. Come on up. Come on up. As Deb is coming up, a quick reminder, a couple of things. Please sign the quote board before you leave this evening. We'll have some very quick closing remarks. And if I could ask the winners to stick around just for a few moments afterwards. Patricia wants to capture a couple of questions in a quick interview. So just bear with us a few more minutes. Deb, what was your question?
Yeah, that was one of our questions, was did everybody get the same question?
No.
Okay.
Half tutor, half teacher, student.
Our question was to describe the rewards a tutor receives when they teach others to read and write. We were asked to do this in 1 or 2 sentences. That was an issue for us. Our sentences are a little long, but there really are only 2. The rewards include meeting and overcoming challenges, seeing students develop confidence, and sharing students' achievements that they didn't think they could or would achieve. We get so much more than we give. We meet people we would not otherwise meet, and we come away inspired by our students. And so I hope that you all share that, but it's a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Another volunteer? Who's coming up?
My name is Akeem Abraham from Northwestern Leadership and Charismatization. Our question was, describe the benefits of the adult learner when they learn to read and write. Our answers was, the benefits are many in that it opens up a world that they have never experienced, provides them with self-confidence, a position of authority. Now they have the ability to give back and teach others with a passion that is genuine.
Next volunteers? Tina, are you raising your hand back? Come on up, come on up. Come on up. Oh, this is scary, both of them. This is going to be scary.
Our question was,
Describe the benefits for the adult learner when they learn to read and write.
and at our table, Mr. Peter, he was telling us how it's important to go to college, and he was explaining how college opens doors and it opens your mind to different things. So once you learn how to read and write, go to college and open your mind.
Well, at our table, we had the same question describing the benefits for the adult learner. And we said akin to a blind person being able to see, being able to read, gives confidence, independence, self-esteem, and the ability to help others, be it their children or the community, and increased communication and sharing of ideas.
Thank you. I just wanted to do that exercise. Make sure that we capture as you leave all of your fill-in-the-blank exercises, because I think our team back there wants to use them for some of their press release work that they'll be doing. Several of you were interviewed during the evening by our team in the back. Please also remind Lula that we are finishing the 4 schedule mission. Yeah, I know you're watching your clock. Yes, ma'am. Please get involved. Think if each person here tonight taught one person to read and write. Think of the real and lasting effect we could have on the lives of others. Tonight's winners are effective leaders in the fight for literacy. They mentor, they give of themselves, they are passionate about what they're doing, and they encourage others. The bottom line is, and this is I think the link to what all leaders really do. Our young leaders in the back, our young leader up front here. This is what all leaders do, and it's really emulated and demonstrated by our winners this evening. They're tool givers, they provide hope for others, they persevere, and they never forget that common trait, their kindness. Thank you for coming. We hope to see you next year. Please sign our poster boards. Thanks so much.
Sorry, I don't want to keep you any longer, but on the table as you leave, we have some different little pieces of paper. One of them out there is about adopting a family for Thanksgiving. You can feed a family for $15, and that's one of our programs. Last year, we fed over 600 families in Montgomery County. We'd like to expand that into other areas. So if you'd like to participate, or you know of a company that would like to adopt families, please let us know. It's really a very simple thing. And it's a box of food, everything that you'll need for a traditional Thanksgiving dinner. Turkey, dressing, sodas, rolls, pie, vegetables, it's everything. And it's $15. Take that with you, and thank you very much for coming in. We really love you guys.
There you go. Squeeze a little closer together. I gotta turn my camera on. Okay. Let me get another one just because I don't like this digital stuff.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm Scott Sleek. I'm with the Washington Literacy Council.
I'm Marilyn Dodd with the Literacy Council of Montgomery County.
Marie Bowles with the Literacy Council of Prince George's Council.
Roger Endert with the Literacy Council of Northern Virginia.
What have you all enjoyed the most as a literacy volunteer?
About tutoring?
Yeah.
I have really enjoyed watching the progress of my student and little just tangible things, little tasks that a lot of us take for granted that were a struggle for him that he's been able to master through the program. That's been really wonderful to see, and also just developing a new friendship. We really enjoy getting together and working together.
I think mostly it's the relationship with the people that I work with. My students have become friends as well as students. And the last one just invited me over to her place. She's from Lebanon, and she wanted me to bring her mother that's here visiting from Lebanon. So it's a very close relationship.
I think the thrill of seeing someone learn to be better, and I'm glad they did some friendship. This is something that forms being with somebody who's really become
I think the biggest thrill for me is the same for the student, is when the understanding occurs, that moment when the understanding occurs, the student will be able to reach back and come up with one or two comparisons, words, sentences, which means the student's got some gift now. The student sees what the difference in his or her original writing versus where you are at 3 months or 6 months or 1 year, all those kinds of things. And when your student also gets citizenship, that's
All right. All right, that's great.